Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I am Sunique, and following on from my video where I showed Ciro Marchetti's 3 versions of the Gilded Tarot, I've actually got the Tarot Grand Lux, and I was looking through my collection to see what other decks I've got by Ciro, and I have this Mystic palette, which I've yet to do on the channel because I'm waiting for the muted version so I can do a side by side. I haven't had a little glance at the guidebook, little peek, and it looks really good. I've got Legacy of the Divine and Tarot of Dreams. These are the decks that I actually own of his. So I thought we'd have a little look at a couple of them, but the differences, and there are differences between the decks, so I just thought we'd go through those a little bit. This Tarot Grand Lux, let's take the wrapping off first. It talks actually about Tarot de Marseille, so that's different to the other one, so I'll just read you the back. Popular digital artist Ciro Marchetti has crafted the evocative Tarot Grand Lux out of his own creative imaginings. Based primarily on the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot system, the lavish details in Tarot Grand Lux also incorporate references to the Tarot de Marseille, as well as other historic symbols and archetypes. The 56-page illustrated booklet, Ciro briefly describes the ideas and personal perspectives that inspired each card. This is 2019, a US Games deck, and in the lush style that we've come to know and love from Ciro. This is the inside of the box, which is a beautiful colour, beautiful blue. And that's the inside of the bottom of the box. It is a tiny guidebook actually. Have a look. We have an introduction, and Ciro always gives a lot of background information to his decks and how they came about, which I really appreciate. We've got quite a bit for that one, but then when we come to the Magician, the High Priestess, not too much of a write-up here. Yeah, so there's not much of a write-up on each card, some more than others. And we've got a little thumbnail, black and white thumbnail of each of the cards. So we'll have a look at an entry when we've looked at the cards. But it's got, let's see how many pages. Yeah, 55, it did say, didn't it? Now let's take the cellophane off. The backs of the cards. Very Venetian. And nice cardstock. Okay. I'm not a cardstock connoisseur, but they're nice. There's no gilded edges on these. So let's just have a little look. That's really nice, actually. Really nice. I do like the art style. It's very distinctively Ciro's work. Magician. So they're playing with the elements here. That's really nice. We've got sort of a black border, a border within a border as well. So this very ornate border around. Oh, look at that High Priestess. The owl, the book, and all this energy here. Lovely. Empress holding a baby, and is a tree spirit. And we have all the animals around there, and the birds. Truly beautiful artwork. The Emperor, looking very Roman. We've even got Latin there. Red energy for Mars. Hierophant. Lovers. 2 cranes. Believe they're cranes. Chariot. Gosh, those horses look wild, don't they? It's going to take a lot to control. That's the whole point of the Charioteer. The Strength card. That's beautiful. not trying to hurt the lion at all, but just integrating the lion into her psyche. It's nice. Hermit. Beautiful, wise person here. The wheel. A lot of the wheel cards in Ciro's deck look quite similar, actually, I have noticed. We have Justice, Blind, Feather and the Sword. Must be in the air. All of this Hanging Man. That reminds me of the Fool in the Legacy of the Divine. Shall I show you what I mean? Let's take this one out, actually, and I'll just show you what I mean. Yeah, it very much does remind me of the Fool in the Legacy of the Divine. This was my first Ciro deck, actually, and the reason I bought it was for this Fool card, without seeing any of the other artwork, because I'd seen this on the front cover of Tarosophy, a book by Marcus Katz. I was studying with Marcus Katz for a while, and yeah, that was how I came to know about Ciro Marchetti. A little background there. But yeah. Death. Wow. Look at these symbols here for the planets. Temperance. Oh, see, Ciro's work is just magnificent. Look at this devil. Wow. The Tower. Beautiful. The Star. Moon. The Sun. Some Egyptian imagery here as well. Look at these. Oh, gorgeous. Judgment. The gates, pearly gates maybe. And the World card. So I don't know enough about Tarot de Marseille to actually comment on the fact that the back of that box said there are nods to the Tarot de Marseille in this deck. So that's a bit beyond me. I'm a Rider-Waite-Smith person. 2, so we're going into swords first. The eyes are veiled there, but actually not blindfold. For this on the throat chakra. And the swords straight up and not crossed. 3 of Swords. Well, that's really nice to see an alternative image for a 3 of Swords. It still conveys the same meaning, doesn't it? The Fool. And this is what we're resting from here. Again, we've got some astrological symbology, I think, in the back there. 5. It's handing you the sword. Oh, there's a challenge. There's a challenge. Interesting. And the 6. Boat this time is sailing towards us. 7. I mean, I can clearly see Rider-Waite-Smith here. It just speaks to me of Rider-Waite-Smith meanings. 8. The 9. And the 10. Yeah, we've got our usual Ciro type court cards, very lavishly dressed. We have a budgie. I had a budgie that colour once. Knight, so it says KN, so we know it's the knight. And it has eagle. Our queen has a peacock. And the king has a, is that a falcon? I'm not great with birds, but possibly a falcon. So each of our court cards has a, an animal. Cups, and we have some fish. It's very ornate, isn't it? Beautiful. the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the teddy bears from Rocking Horse. He's very happy on that swing. The 7, yeah, castles in the air. That's good. 8, 9, oh, we have another bartender. 10, cat, all content, I like that. And lavishly dressed court cards again, so our page is surrounded by fish and knights, swordfish, yeah, swordfish, the queen, goldfish, very ornate ones, and then the king, shark, was looking for it, there it is, sharks on there. One suit, oh, dragon energy, wow, that's a strong, strong ace of wands there. The 2, an open gate, inviting us through, and we've got green and purple there. Which direction? Ships on the horizon for the 3. Look, the motif actually on the sail there is the image from the back of the card. A 4. Looks very much like a wedding in this one. The 5. 6. We've got the victory wreath. 7. Defending the battlements. The 8. Oh, common point. They look quite phallic, don't they, these ones? Just saying. The 9. Not defeated yet. Get up, get up. And the 10. Okay, that became all too much. The little dog. Okay, cool cards. So our page has baby dragons. The knight, juvenile dragons. The queen, oh look at these. And the king. All 4 dragons there. And we're on to the coins. So that ace and the stag. That's stag again. I keep getting stag energy coming at me. Wow. I need to take note of stag. Okay, 2 of coins is a clown on a tightrope. The 3, building a cathedral. The plans. The 4. This hoard there, in around the world and collected. The 5, the open hand, that's nice, isn't it? An open hand. That's really nice to see that. The 6, balancing the scales. The 7, 8, putting the work in. Looks like it's doing profit and loss accounts. The 9, we've got a hooded bird now. Interesting headdress. 10. Pearls and everything there. Okay, and the courts. So our page has a fawn. The knight has a bear. These are ram's horns. The queen has a fox and a rabbit. Oh, and some birds. And some butterflies. Well, it is the Queen of Pentacles, what do you expect? And then the king, there's a stag again. The wolf. These faces are so realistic. Okay, so let's draw the devil. See the entry for that one. It says, the ultimate tempter offers us all manner of worldly goods and pleasures. In this card, the Fool's Gold is shown as miniatures of the minor arcana suits, the cup, sword, wand and pentacle. Okay, here. Showing the golden trinkets hanging upside down from his hand provides a means of showing the pentacle in its pentagram form. Okay, yeah, upside down. I have also included a Marseille-based reference to the bondage that would result should we accept Devil's offer of bling. His multicoloured, albeit grotesque headdress indicates a connection to the Fool, perhaps as his alter ego. That's interesting. Another little detail I have added is an attempted optical illusion. For most people it would appear as if the devil is staring directly at you, which is appropriate. But some of you will on occasion see it differently, as if he is looking down at his imprisoned human captives. Just stare at it for a while and the illusion may present itself. The devil specialises in delusion. Oh, I have to try that. Yeah, it does actually. How cool is that? Okay. So yeah, you don't get a lot of information, but what you do get is pretty good, isn't it? Okay, so that was the Tarot Grand Lux. Don't quite know how to say it. Now then, in this deck, Legacy of the Divine, like I say, it's the very first Ciro deck that I bought, and I bought it because I loved that Fool card. So it's got like a chocolate coloured insert in the bottom. This is the inside of the flip lid. And on the back, it's an actual story, this one. It's an amazing, it is a story, and the book is written quite differently as well, so I'll go into that. So, a world veiled in darkness after a cataclysmic collision that stilled the earth. Millennia have passed and only humankind has survived through the divine gift of dreams. Exquisitely rich and magical, this new Rider-Waite-Smith-based tarot deck by digital artist Ciro Marchetti takes you into the heart of fantasy. You can use this legacy from ages past to discover what you need for your own life as it guides you towards hope, wisdom and inspiration. And the companion guide book presents the author's interpretation of each card's significance, along with additional perspectives from experts in the tarot community, including Ruth Ann and Wald Amberston, James Rickliffe and Lisa Ruffalo. And that's the way this guidebook sort of differs from every other guidebook I know of Ciro's. So what happens in this guidebook? We get a story, and the story lasts 63 pages. It's a little novel or novella of a story, and that actually helps you to understand the deck. This goes into the Ciro's thought processes and experiences with making this deck, and then when we get on to page 74, it tells us a little bit about who's contributed to this book and who they are. And then when we get on to the Fool is on actually page 77 before we even get to the cards. There are no card images in this book. What it does, so CM is Ciro, and this is what Ciro's written about the Fool here. RA and WA then put their little paragraph in. So that's Ruth and Wald Amberston. JWR is James Rickliffe, and they then put their thought process of the card. And then we have Lisa Ruffalo, who then puts theirs. And they always put like the keywords, reverse keywords, and the description and their meaning. But what they also put, which is brilliant, is the elemental attribution, the planetary attribution, the gifts and the advice, and a quote. It's so good. It is so good. And even the astrology is in here, which is great. The court cards, again. So yeah, it's a really special book, this is. Then at the back, How to Read Tarot. Yeah, here we go. By, I think that's Lisa Ruffalo, from page 267. And goes into reading the cards. So the attributes of the court cards, how to do a reading, the question, the spread, drawing the cards, the interpretation. The question goes into all that here. Goes into breaking a card down when you're doing the reading to help you actually do that reading. It shows an example of that. Learning more, internalising the cards, connecting with your deck, cleansing, charging, becoming familiar, some exercising, breathing the cards, gateway, so yeah, journeying, path working, and then we're on to spreads. So we have a daily, a 3 card, 7 card, 9 card, 5 card, 8 card, and then here we have attributions and keywords. This is really cool. Even the alchemy. And then we have charts. Such a good book. All these charts. So numbers, we've actually got keywords just for the numbers here. We've got planets as they're aligned to the major arcana and their keywords. We have zodiac cards as assigned to the major arcana there. So if you're doing a deacon walk, actually, information here is really good. And then a bibliography, so you can actually go and look for yourself at different books that might help you. This is such a really good guidebook. Yeah, and it really helped me actually when I was the first going deeper into the tarot system. Okay, so my favourite ever Fool card here on the top. And I love the fact that the little dog is holding on. I mean, they're in the middle of space here. We've got the world at their feet. We've got time here. We've got all the cards around them. It's just beautiful image. Beautiful, and the colours. And we've got this faded border here. These are the backs. The Magician. High Priestess. Got the pomegranate. The Empress. This makes me think of Leda, who was one of Zeus's acquisitions, if you like, way of putting it. But yeah, beautiful. The Emperor, got the ram there. And Faith instead of the Hierophant, which is really nice because we have the different faiths here. 4 different faiths. The Lovers, which is really nice because these angel wings actually become the lovers instead of having the angel at the top. And we've also got the Tree of Life here with the apple, we've got an arrow, we've got scales, and we've got the serpent. So yeah, great. The Chariot. Horses don't seem quite as up close and personal as they do in the Tarot Grand Lux. Fair Strength card. So we've got lion, tiger and leopard. They're all going on there. The Hermit. The Wheel. Justice. 2 figures in Justice, black and white thinking. And then the Hanging Man. Mirror. The Timepiece again as well, the sands of time. In balance actually there. Our Death card. Again, we've got astrological associations. Temperance. Flying Angel. The Devil. Look at this. So we can sort of see our Fool progressing through this deck. The Tower. Very steampunky as well, isn't it? The Star. The Moon. And the Egyptian feel here. The sun in the laboratory. Judgment. And the world, so the Fool is the beginning and the end. We've got the zodiac signs all the way around, and again we've got that, the sands of time there in the hourglass. Okay, wands. So here we've got dragon energy once more. The 2. We have the key to our future, yeah. The 3, and we've got spaceship there. 4. No figures in this one. But we've got sort of the Earth's crust here and molten lava underneath, which is, yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it? 5. And they all seem to be branches from the same tree, which is a really interesting metaphor. The 6. This dragon. 7. 8. The 9. And the 10. So again, lavishly dressed court cards. We've got the dragons here. The knight, dragons. So we've kept that dragon theme for the knights, the same as we did in the Tarot Grand Loops. So queen, there's earrings. And the king. Cups. So once again we have fish. So we are keeping the same theme here. I'm not sure which deck came first actually, I will check that. So in our 2 of cups here, the couple here are the same couple from the Lovers card, aren't they? Look, definitely the same couple. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. The 8. Got a mer person here. 9. 10. I love this, the dog and the cat together in front of the fireplace. And again we've got the astrological information on the card. So our Page of Cups. The Knight. Well, there is no person here. They are their element. The Queen. The Fish. And the King. And we've got seahorses this time. Swords. The third energy. 2. That's a nice image for the 3 of Swords. This tear coming down with a heart on the cheek. Yeah, wearing our heart on our sleeve is a very vulnerable thing to do, actually. The 4. 5. The 6. 7. Magpie, that's a good image for the 7 of Swords, isn't it? A magpie. 8. Caught up in this web here. 9. And the 10. A page. Knight. Again, just the helmet. Queen. Maybe it's because they're off doing something. They're going too fast to actually stick around. Be interesting to see what the Knight of Pentacles, whether he's actually there. Queen of Swords. and the king. Okay, onto the coins. Is that ace? 2. Love it. 3, hard at work. The 4, holding on. 5, asking for help. Again, a nice image for the 5 of Pentacles. Some of the more difficult cards have been, I think, handled really well in Ciro's decks. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10. And we have our page. Nice, no. He's still not, is he there? I'm not sure if he's there. Anyway, we've still got the horses and that. The queen. Look at that. And the king. Okay. So yeah, this deck's been out quite some time, as you can imagine. I'm going to actually have a little look and see what it says, because the Tarot Loops was 2019. And I think this was way before that. Okay, so first edition, but this is the 8th printing. So it actually came out in 2009. So yeah, it's been out a long time. So I'm just going to finally take a quick look at Tarot of Dreams. I'm not going to do the Mystic Palette Tarot today. Obviously, I'm going to wait until the muted tone version comes out. And then I'll do a comparison between the two decks. So let's look at the Tarot of Dreams. So this has got a different concept as well. This one's written by Lee Burstyn, who also wrote the guidebook to the Mystic Palette Tarot, interestingly enough. This one is an awful box. I don't like this box at all. But what I do like about it is the Kabbalistic Golden Dawn attributes are on the actual cards, as you can see here. We've got the astrological glyphs and we've got the Tree of Life. So that's what I like about this offering from Ciro. Okay, so we start with the Tree of Life here. And we can see plotted out here all the tarot cards. Starting from the aces, the 2, the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, the 6, the 7, the 8s, the 9s, and then the 10s. And we have the court cards, so we have the pages or princesses, the knights, queens, and the kings. And then the paths are the major arcana. So the path between the ace and the kings is the Fool. Oh yeah, it's a lovely system. Look at that Fool. So these are quite, they're bigger than the other cards. They are black edged, as you can see, and these are the backs. The guidebook is 110 pages. This came out in 2005, but this is the artwork was done in 2005, and this version of the deck came out in 2015. Okay, an introduction. Systems, all the esoteric symbol systems. So yeah, those. So here we have, and it's a stitch book as well. Love a stitch book. We've got the Hebrew letters and their associations to the major cards. We've got the astrology again here with the planets. So an explanation of that. So if you've done the Decan Walk, you will know the very first Decan is Mars in Aries, the 2 of Wands. So if you want to find out how to use that, so Mars is the Tower card and Aries is the Emperor. So the Tower and the Emperor will be the 2 cards to use alongside the 2 of Wands. Introduction to the majors, and then we're into the cards themselves. And look at this information. Look at all this information. It's amazing. It gives the Hebrew letter and the astrology. So in the Fool, it's Uranus, and it's the planet of eccentricity, originality and anarchy, which goes well with the Fool, doesn't it? Then in the minors, we still get a lot of information here, and also a little bit less in the court cards. So it gives you the personality, the stage of development and the approach. So the pages are all about learning. Nights are all about action, etc. Okay, place for notes here. But we have then just a little bit about reading the cards. Not as much as we got in the other decks. But yeah, there's a story spread here. So they haven't repeated the spreads at all. Okay, so that's the book. It's really nice as well. Nice feel to that book. So I'll just quickly go through the cards because this is getting to be quite a long video. But then I'm going through 3 decks, so it would be really, wouldn't it? So yeah, we start with a Tree of Life card. So we have the Fool, who is faceless. And this time we have a cat who's playing with a butterfly, and they're all precariously balanced on this ball here. And we've got the rainbow. Beauty. Magician. With all the tools sat on his throne there. And yeah, the Hebrew letter and the astrology. Darkness into darkness, the key to all mystery. Empress. Again holding a baby. Repeated that theme. The Emperor. Again we have faith, but this time instead of showing the different people of the different faiths, we've got representations around the outside here. The Lovers. Chariot. This time we're actually not coming towards us, we're going this way out of the card. But they're white horses, you know, sea spray. Look at strength. Oh. Well, the Hermit, high on the mountain. The Wheel. Dolphins. Jupiter. Justice. The Hanging Man. Quite a different type of image for the Hanging Man there. Death, Aries, Cancer. It's got all of the astrological symbols on the snake here. And look at that death mask. Oh. Sagittarius card, of course, is Temperance. I say of course because Sagittarian, I've said it many times. Yeah, it's my card, Temperance. Sorry for repeating myself. Okay, the Devil. But that cage is open. And this is the Fool. So he's done the same sort of thing again. Repeated the Fool in different cards. I know he does repeat them in the Hanging Man. That is usually the Fool in Ciro's decks. That's quite powerful, isn't it? The Tower. The Star. The Moon. Ooh. And 2 sides to our nature, the wild side and the tame side. The Sun. Is this Apollo? That must be Apollo. Judgment. And the World. And again we've got our Fool here in the World card, because the Fool is the beginning and the end of the major arcana. And we've got all the elements around the outside, which is beautiful. Okay, Wands. Okay, we've got a bit more of a salamander here as opposed to, we were having dragons, weren't we, in the other decks? And we've got a volcano that's about to erupt. There's lava coming down. And we've got the symbol there for fire. A 2, again a choice, inviting us to step up and step out. 3, again we've got a ship in the air. Bit of a repeated motif there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10. And here we are with our lavishly dressed court cards again. So our page, the knight, look at that dragon, wow, the queen, and the salamanders there, and the king. Dragon motifs. And what's interesting as well, it's highlighting where the court cards are on the Wheel of the Year. So when I did my deacon walk, it really deepened my understanding of all of the cards. It was such a good learning experience. It took a whole year, yes. I'll put the whole playlist below actually. It took a year to go through, but it was such an informative practice, and I'm so glad I did it. Okay, Palace of Wands, and that's the other difference actually in this deck. We have a palace as well as the court cards, so we have an extra card in each suit, a palace. Ace of Cups, Mermaids, Water of Water, 2 of Cups, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and the 10, good dog, and the page, the knight on a seahorse. Still got the cup motif there with the mermaids, the queen, and the king. And the palace, which of course is underwater. The Ace of Swords, the 2, 3, again he hasn't gone for 3 swords in a heart for the 3 of Swords, the 4, 5, 6, different feel really to that 6 of Swords, isn't it? The 7, 8. This one always looks like that sword's going to poke a bum. Go, ouch. Yeah. The 9. Look at this hand here. The 10. Page. The knights. The winged horse. Queen. And the king. And the palace. And then the coins, so we've got ace, stag again, the 2, 3, the 4, opening the box there, got the key around the neck for safekeeping, the 5, sad, the 6, and look what they're handing us here, balance, Libra, the 7, with a little dog. I like the way he includes little dogs in these decks. The 8, 9, a dove, and there. The 10, so we have the Tree of Life here. And then the corpse. So the Page, the Knight, Queen, King, and the Palace. And you might have noticed that the pages are all disembodied, so almost like they're not fully formed entities yet. So yeah, whereas the other court cards actually have bodies, so something to note. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there. We've gone through 3 decks, so that's quite a lot to do, isn't it? So thank you so much for watching, and until my next video, bye friends, bye now.